Warning, this video is created for satirical purposes, as well as shining a light on a few things that Spark and Zero could do better. This video should not in any way make you feel butthurt. If you find yourself feeling butthurt at any point of this video or any other video on the internet, immediately get off the internet right now and dial 1-800-NOBODY-CARES. That is 1-800-NOBODY-CARES. Thank you, and enjoy the video.
And we disconnect. What do you know? What do you know? Like, this game just doesn't make any fucking sense, bro. How the hell we sit here and spend $120 on this piece of
Everybody
shit?
else that's
Constantly apologizing for them, eat a dick.
Oh shit, here we go again.
This video is definitely going to piss a few people off. As a matter of fact, it's going to piss a lot of people off. And to be completely honest, I really don't care. Dragon Ball Super ruined Dragon Ball Z. And there's a lot of ways that I can explain this, but I'm gonna try my best without writing anything down, just going straight off the top of the dome, just being straight honest and down to earth and straight from my heart about this.
Okay.
I feel like Dragon Ball Super being prioritized over Dragon Ball Z, the OG content, and Spark and Zero kind of shows how much less love Dragon Ball Z has been getting lately, if you catch my drift. I was reading a comment just a couple of days ago, and it really it just lit a fire under me, man. It lit a fire under me because I realized I haven't really been completely honest about my opinion on Dragon Ball Super. And honestly, I haven't been completely honest about how I feel about most of the content that comes from Super, like even the movies. Like, don't get me wrong, the movies are great, but it's just some things that are just it kind of frustrates and irritates me a little bit. So that's what we're gonna talk about. So one thing that I want to right off the bat get is to this comment that he was talking about, basically the fact that they prioritized more characters from Super and Daima and all of this. And he was the guy that was commented on this was mostly talking about basically them prioritizing all of that stuff is nice, but who really cares other than YouTubers making content for it? And maybe I guess some of the newer generation, they definitely might enjoy some of the new things like Super and Daima, but honestly, Dragon Ball never had to turn into what it is right now. I feel like it's good, but it's just not the soul that we got from the old school Dragon Ball Z. And I know y'all know what I'm talking about. All the OGs definitely know what I'm talking about. This isn't really like a OG stand up or an old head stand up video. This is just me being real. Like, even the people that I feel like, even the younger generation, if you watch the old Dragon Ball Z, I know you'll definitely understand what I'm saying. Like, it definitely had a better vibe to it. It just it was more passion into it, and I don't know, it didn't seem like nowadays with this red, blue, purple, green, it just looked like some fucking Power Ranger shit. I don't know, it looks ridiculous to me in a way. Don't get me wrong, the blue has grown on me. I always liked the red because that's my favorite color, so that was cool with me. Super Saiyan God was cool, but going blue, then we're going white haired and Ultra Instinct, and now we had Super Saiyan Rose. When they did the pink hair, I almost fell out my chair. I couldn't believe, I'm just saying, it just don't seem like Dragon Ball is going in the right direction. There's not really too much focus or emphasis on martial arts. Really, it's just mostly, and I'm not trying to go into the older power levels. I'm not even trying to get into that, but it's just there's no no real martial artist vibe to it as much as it used to be. They're trying to bring it back with Ultra Instinct and everything like that, and Vegeta going to Yard Rat. I understand all of that, which is another thing. The manga, we're not I'm gonna leave that alone. We'll talk about that in another video. But let me stay on topic here. It just feels like Dragon Ball Z doesn't get the attention and the love that it deserves. When we come out with these new DLCs for Spark and Zero, we're likely going to be focused. Obviously, the first two DLCs is going to be focused on Superhero, then it's Daima, and then who knows after that? I guess the movies and stuff like that, maybe a little Z in here and there, but it's just what was the point of having a DLC solely just for Superhero when we could have just threw that in the base game? We didn't have to do that. There's so many issues with that. I could go down a list of issues for that. You can't just tell me we didn't deserve to have Beast Gohan and everything that came from Dragon Ball Super, you know, everything that we have in Xenoverse, we shouldn't have that in this game right now and be building upon that. Like, I mean, I feel like, I know obviously they're two different games, but we're over here bragging about the characters and everything like that. But it's like, where are the characters? We only got so many characters, and a lot of characters are, yeah, definitely from Z, but they didn't really pick, you know, the popular characters, like not all the popular characters from Z that we like, that we wanted, you know, like, and I know this is probably like going in circles, but I'm gonna get to a point. I mean, my point obviously is that Dragon Ball Z doesn't get the love that it deserves, but it just feels like, you know, when it comes down to the fact that we have everything now coming out is about super this, super that, like we don't take a step back and think like, what about all the characters from Dragon Ball Z that we forgot about, you know, like there's plot holes that we're missing, there's, you know, there's all types of stuff like that. We just don't, we could put that in a game, you know, in Sparking Zero, we could put I guess like most of the characters from Z that we're missing, like I could go down a list, but we already know the videos, there's videos of that. But I mean, like there's just no prioritization, there's no emphasis on putting Z characters in the game. It's just like, let's put the new stuff out and then give it to them, even though they already had it in Xenoverse. It's just crazy. Like, and I know we've had like characters from Z in games before, obviously, but it's just like we don't see too much, you know, like, you know, we just don't see the characters that we're used to seeing in Dragon Ball Z games. And then on top of that, we're not seeing characters that they could have added. Like, you know, like I said, I spoke about this before. We could have had characters like King Kai, Kami. We could have had one of the Supreme Kais, like you know, Supreme Kai South. Like there's all types of Supreme Kais. I mean, we could have had some of them. Could have had the what is it, the Grand Kai? We never had him in the game. I mean, I know we never seen them fight, but it's like, it just gives us a little balance of like new stuff, you know, like it just makes it more interesting. Like there's fan service in the game, but there's like so little. And it seems like now they're trying to bring the fan service through the DLCs, which is another big problem of mine. But I mean, we're not here to talk about that. I know this conversation is kind of all over the place, but for real, I really just like, I wanted to just talk about how we need to give more respect to Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Super, I feel like, is good and all, but at the same time, it kind of sucks. It's really annoying. Like there's barely any blood at all. Dragon Ball Z was metal as shit. I don't know what y'all was watching. If anybody thinks that Dragon Ball Z was just some little fluffy little kids cartoon show, it wasn't. It was a real anime. Like there was real blood, real gore, real ass whoopings getting handed out in that show. And it just seems like we don't really look at it like that no more. We look at Dragon Ball Z like, oh, it's just a little friendly kiddie show. Like Goku's slow as hell and goofy. He doesn't know what's going on at the time. Like we used to see like mean gut punches and like blood coughing out of they mouth, and you know what I mean? Like, and arms getting cut off, heads getting decapitated, bodies getting disfigured, just all types of crazy stuff. Like we used to see this in Dragon Ball. I know things are getting soft nowadays, but I don't know. I'm just saying, like, there's got to be some type of a balance there. You know, if we're gonna like dumb down some things, it's just like, where's the metal music, the guitar rips and stuff like that? Where's all the energy? There's no compassion when it comes to like, there's no real like, not compassion, there's no real passion for Dragon Ball, not compassion for Dragon Ball. Anyways, like Dragon Ball Z, I feel like by far, when anybody thinks of Dragon Ball, or at least back in the day, even probably now, when you think of Dragon Ball, the first thing you think of is Dragon Ball Z. You would think of Goku going Super Saiyan. That's Dragon Ball Z. Anybody turning Super Saiyan, that popping in your head, that's Dragon Ball Z. So like, yeah, Dragon Ball was great. Probably even possibly you can argue was better than Dragon Ball Z, but in my opinion, Dragon Ball Z was the best ever. GT may become second, but Super, I feel like might be dead last. I don't know. I just like, they haven't done much for me to feel like I don't know, like they've made themselves nostalgic enough for me to put them on that pedestal, because like Super is definitely gonna be nostalgic, and it's gonna be one of the best shows ever, in my opinion, like that I can look back on, because it's a Dragon Ball show. But Dragon Ball Z, man, it was just something different about it. Like it's like a lifestyle, you know, like people just grew up, you know, like imitating Goku, imitating the will of Goku and everything, the way that Goku is. And now Goku is just like not the same person. It just doesn't seem like Goku really anymore. It seems like Goku, but in a different way. I don't know how to explain it. Like, yeah, Goku's gotten older, but it seems like he's really gotten younger. I don't know. He's going in reverse. I could be just overlooking it right now because I'm just being precise about what I'm saying. But I don't know. It just seems like Super definitely hit Dragon Ball Z with the shot, man, and knocked them out. I don't want to say the K word, but you know, you catch my drift. They added a skull. They added a hat to their head when they with Dragon Ball Z. I just feel like Super took Dragon Ball Z out, man. And like, yeah, Dragon Ball Z wasn't like, and let me get this clear, it's not a show anymore. Obviously, it's canceled. I'm not talking about just the show itself. I'm just talking about like the vibe that they set, the standard that they set didn't carry over to Super. The standard, the vibe that was set in Dragon Ball carried over, and if anything, hyping and got uplifted in Dragon Ball Z. And then it just like shot down, and now it's just all about, let's change their hair colors and make them super stronger. Like, let's just say that they're godly, and like that's cool. I like the fact that they're getting stronger, but it's like, it's just, once again, it's just the vibe for me, man. I don't know. Hopefully that made sense for y'all. I just had to go on a little spew about how I feel about Dragon Ball Z and how I feel like Super just kind of ruined it. You know, I think that might be the title. Dragon Ball Super ruined Dragon Ball Z. But anyways, if there's nothing left else to say about that, I guess I'll go ahead and holler at y'all in the next one. Might do a part 2 to this video where I actually write down my thoughts and maybe make it a little bit more entertaining, because with this video I'm mostly just you know, just speaking on it. So hopefully y'all liked the video. If y'all did, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. It's your host with the cloak. Down there, comment, we out. Peace.